So I said, I'll just make it. I'll make what I'm writing about. It's a show I had called Suburban Legends. I'll just make it. By doing that, I became a filmmaker. I just fell in love with it. I started looking at all these interviews about directors, like what do they do? What do I have to do this? And I just absolutely dove into the world of cinema, kind of unknowingly.
Okay, so let's talk about that process a little bit. So what stage of your life were you at? Had you moved to Los Angeles? Were you still in college? Did you get out of college? And then just take us through that process, because I'd just be curious. I know there's a lot of people listening to this that are in exactly that position. They've got an idea for a show or maybe a short or maybe even a feature. And what are those first steps for someone that doesn't have like a technical background in production? What were some of those first steps of actually getting this thing done?
I have witnessed two minds of people in the postgraduate life, and I started right after graduation. I didn't skip a beat. I was just like, I need to do something. I had a lot of nerves.
And did you come out to LA, or were you still in?
I was in LA. Emerson offers an LA program, so my last semester was in LA, and then subsequently I moved there. But I noticed these two minds of people. One, they're waiting for their big break. Two, they're doing things. Mm-hmm. You got to be the doing things. You can't wait. No one's going to give anything to you. No one knows who you are. No one cares. You need to do things. You absolutely. So I would say become a filmmaker, even if you're just a writer, if you have no other connections into the industry, because you need to show your works into fruition, right? And this is really, I'll say it's the only way, even though I know people can get their screenplays made, but in how I felt and how I emotionally internalized that, I said, no, this is the only way. And I think it's something to live by. I really do think that.
Yeah, for sure. And so then let's talk just briefly about, okay, so take us through some of those steps. So you don't have any production background. What were some of those steps of getting this production off the ground? Did you know some people from college? You knew a camera guy? Did you just meet some people in LA? Take us through some of the sort of logistical steps.
Right. I think one of the biggest ingredients for someone trying to make it in their field in the film world is friends. That's what I had. That's all I had. I had friends, and they were not much more experienced than I, but I had them, and they knew a little bit. And we were so naive to the process. I had no idea what I was doing. My friend was a script supervisor. He confessed to me at the end of the shoot. I had to Google what it was the morning of the shoot. That's what we were working with. And when there's a will and you have somewhat of I guess we had a knack for it, really, in some capacity. You can look at the Suburban Legends episode 1 and 2 and 3 on Vimeo or YouTube. You could see what we were working with and the degree of competence that we were able to work with. But it didn't matter, because where there wasn't technical proficiency in high def, there was a lot of creativity and heart. And that's the strength of the show. So don't be afraid. Maybe you won't be able to articulate that with your technical shortcomings, but maybe you will. So
thanks for checking out this clip from the Selling Your Screenplay podcast. If you'd like to hear the full interview, just go to sellingyourscreenplay.com/podcasts, or to go directly to the episode, just use the link in the show notes. Thanks for watching.